If you're watching this, chosen one, it's not by chance. Something deep inside you, a whisper from God, a tug on your spirit, brought you here. You're not ordinary. You've been handpicked by the divine for a purpose that sets you apart. But here's the catch. With that calling comes a sacred duty. A responsibility to guard what God's entrusted to you. There are secrets, holy, powerful secrets, that you, as a chosen one, must never let slip. Today, we're diving into 5 things you should never reveal to anyone, not your closest friend, not your neighbor, not even the endless scroll of social media. This isn't about fear or shame, it's about wisdom, protection, and power. Stick with me, because by the end of this journey, you'll see why silence is your greatest ally, and how it could be the key to safeguarding your destiny. Let's kick this off with a truth that hits hard. Silence is strength. In a world obsessed with noise, where everyone's posting their every thought, spilling their lives for likes, choosing to stay quiet feels like a rebellion. But for you, chosen one, it's more than that, it's a shield. Proverbs chapter 29 verse 11 spells it out. A fool gives full vent to his spirit, but a wise man quietly holds it back. That's your calling card. Wisdom, restraint, power in reserve. You've got dreams, struggles, victories, and revelations burning inside you. And they're not for every ear to hear. Why? Because the second you let them loose, you risk everything: doubt, envy, even sabotage from the enemy lurking in the shadows. Silence isn't hiding, it's strategy. It's how you keep your divine purpose safe until God says, go. You feel it, don't you? That sense you're walking a road most can't see. Maybe it's been there since you were little, a quiet knowing you're different, destined for more. Ever tried sharing that with someone and gotten a blank stare, or worse, a smirk of disbelief? That's because your light's too bright for some to handle. You're a chosen one, marked by God, and that makes you a target. The enemy's out there, sometimes in the spiritual realm, sometimes in the people around you, watching for any opening to strike. Your words are the gate. Spill too much, and you hand over the keys. But lock that gate with silence, and you stay untouchable, mysterious, unpredictable, divinely protected. That's the power we're tapping into today as we unveil the 5 things you must keep secret. 5 things you must keep secret. So, what are these 5 sacred secrets? Let me lay them out for you. Your plans and dreams for the future. Your family struggles. Your early victories and breakthroughs. Your financial situation. And your spiritual experiences. These aren't just random topics, they're the cornerstones of your calling. The treasures God's given you to steward. Each one's a piece of your destiny. And if you're not careful, sharing them too soon, or with the wrong people, could unravel everything He's building in you. We're starting with the first one today, your plans and dreams for the future. Get ready, because this is where silence becomes your superpower. Chosen one, let's dive into that first secret, your plans and dreams for the future. These aren't just ideas, they're holy seeds planted by God Himself. Maybe it's a vision of starting a business that changes lives, a ministry that heals hearts, or a family legacy that honors the Lord. Whatever it is, it's yours to nurture, not to broadcast. Why? Because those dreams are fragile at first, like a tiny sprout pushing through the soil. Ever seen what happens when you expose a young plant to harsh wind or hungry birds? It withers or gets snatched away. Your dreams are the same. Share them too early, and you invite trouble, doubt from skeptics, envy from foes, even well-meaning meddling that throws you off course. Silence is your garden wall, keeping them safe until they're strong enough to stand. Think of Mary, the mother of Jesus. An angel drops the biggest revelation ever. She's carrying the Savior. Does she rush out and tell everyone? No way. Luke chapter 2 verse 19 says she kept all these things and pondered them in her heart. She held that promise close, letting it grow in the quiet until God's perfect time. That's your blueprint, chosen one. Your dreams, maybe a calling to lead, to create, to serve, they're divine whispers. Glimpses of what's ahead. Ever felt that thrill when a vision hits you? Like a fire igniting in your chest? That's God talking, but spill it too soon, and you'll hear, "That's crazy," or, "How you gonna pull that off?" Suddenly, that fire dims. Silence keeps it blazing, giving it room to breathe and bloom. Here's the deal: your dreams need time. They're not fast food fixes, they're slow-cooked miracles. Ever noticed how the best things in life don't rush? A mountain forms over centuries, a diamond hardens under pressure. Your plans are no different. Share them before they're ready, and you'll face chaos, misunderstandings, jealousy, premature pressure. Ever told someone your goal and felt their expectations weigh you down? Or watched them twist your words, spreading them where you didn't want them to go? That's the danger, but keep them hushed. Pray over them, let God refine them, and they'll grow roots, deep, unshakable roots. Silence is your sanctuary, chosen one, where your future takes shape away from prying eyes. Let's make it real. Say you've got a dream, maybe a new career path, a move to chase God's call, a project that could shift the world. Your gut says, tell everyone, get some hype, hold up. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 5 warns, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Hasty words scatter your focus, patience builds it. Ever seen someone announce a big idea, then crash under the spotlight? That's what you're dodging. Take it to God instead. Lord, here's my heart, shape it, let Him chisel it, show you the steps. Maybe He'll point you to a trusted soul, a mentor, a prayer warrior, but even then, keep the call locked tight. Your dream's too precious to parade before it's ripe. This isn't about distrust, it's about divine timing. Your plans aren't ready for the world until they can stand tall. Think of David, anointed king as a boy. Did he brag about it? No, he waited, faced Goliath, grew in the shadows. If he'd shouted it out, Saul's spear would have found him fast. Silence shielded him until God's moment came. You're the same, chosen one. Ever had that gut feeling something huge is brewing, but you can't explain it? That's your seed. Nurture it with faith, guard it with quiet, and watch it sprout when God says, now. The world's not ready yet, but you will be. And it's not just the enemy you're protecting against, it's people too. Humans love drama, don't they? Share your dreams, and they'll spin a tale. Doubt it, judge it, spread it. Ever told someone your vision and gotten a half-hearted "good luck" that stung? Or a "my friend tried that and bombed"? That's poison to a fragile dream. Even the well-meaning can mess it up, offering advice you don't need, leaking your words to the wrong ears. Silence shuts that down. It's your fortress, letting God work without the noise. You don't need validation yet, you need peace. Let the fruit show later, the seed stays hidden now. Here's how to live it. Next time that urge to share hits, stop. Ask, is this ripe? Does this person need to know? Usually, it's a no. Take it to God. He's your safest confidant. Build a small circle, maybe one or two who lift you up, who pray instead of poke. Ever met someone who gets your soul without demanding the whole story? That's rare, cherish it. But even then, hold the deepest parts back. Your dreams are yours and God's first. Let them grow strong, and when they're ready, when they're unbreakable, then share. The world will see the harvest, not the tender start. This is just the opener. Chosen one, we've unveiled the first of the 5 things you must keep secret, your plans and dreams, and why silence is their shield. But there's more to guard: your family battles, your early wins, your finances, your spiritual moments. Each one's a piece of your divine puzzle, and we're unpacking them all. Stay with me, because next we're diving into why your family struggles aren't for public ears, and how keeping them close could heal more than you imagine. Your calling's too big to miss this. We're diving into the second one now, your family struggles. This is holy territory, chosen one, where silence isn't just smart, it's sacred. Your home, your loved ones, they're your foundation, your heart, but they're also a battleground. And as someone marked by God, You've got to shield them with everything you've got. Let's unpack why spilling these struggles can wound more than it heals, and how keeping them close could be your greatest act of love. Your family's not perfect, is it? No one's is. Maybe it's a clash with your spouse that's left you reeling, a child pushing every boundary, or a money squeeze tightening the air. Those battles, they're raw, they're real, and they're yours alone. But here's the trap, the urge to vent. Ever felt that itch to call a friend? Post a vague cry online, or unload it over lunch with a coworker? It's human, you want relief. Someone to nod and say, I get it, but hold up, chosen one. Proverbs chapter 17 verse 9 warns, whoever covers an offense seeks love, but he who repeats a matter separates close friends. Love doesn't blab, it protects. Sharing your family's messes doesn't lighten the load, it risks breaking what God's working to mend. Picture this, you're in a fight with your partner, sharp words, hurt feelings, maybe a slammed door, you're aching, angry, tempted to text someone. You won't believe what they did. But stop, what happens next? That friend might pick a side. That text might spread, and suddenly your private pain's a public debate. Or maybe it's your kid, struggling, acting out, and you mention it to another parent. Before you know it, whispers start, and your child's hurt is everyone's gossip. That's not freedom, chosen one, that's fallout. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 8 drives it home. Above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since love covers a multitude of sins. Silence is love with skin on, it shields your family from prying eyes and wagging tongues. Why is this such a big deal? Because your family's your bedrock. As a chosen one, God's crafting something mighty through you, and the enemy knows a cracked home can derail it all. Ever felt that drain when family tension flares, your peace gone? Your focus shot? That's no accident. The dark forces watch for those fractures. And when you air him out, you're tossing them fuel. Ever shared a home struggle and watched it grow worse? Rumors flying, judgment piling up. That's the enemy at work, thriving on your openness. But keep it hushed. Wrestle it out in private, and you choke their plan. Ever patched things up with a loved one and felt that strength return? That's God moving, rebuilding what's broken, but only if you give him room. Silence is that room. Here's the kicker, not everyone's equipped for your truth. Ever poured out a family issue to someone drowning in their own chaos? They might offload their mess, compare wounds, or twist your words later. Oh, your sister's like that too. Suddenly, your trust's a weapon in their hands. Even the kind-hearted can stumble, dishing out advice that misses the mark, leaking your story where it doesn't belong. You don't need that clutter. Chosen one, your family's struggles aren't a reality show, they're a sacred trust. Ever had someone turn your vent into tea and felt that betrayal bite? That's why you lock it down. So, how do you protect this secret? Start at home, sit with your people, talk it out, pray it through, face the mess together. It might get ugly, tears, raised voices, hard confessions, but that's where healing kicks in. Ever had a raw talk that ended in hugs? Where the storm settled, that's pure gold, private, powerful gold. If it's too much, choose your help wisely, a pastor, a counselor, someone with spiritual depth who honors your confidence. Not the buddy who blabs, not the aunt who judges. Proverbs chapter 17 verse 9 isn't playing. Covering a fault is love, spreading it is sabotage. You're not burying it, you're building it back, step by step, with God's grace. Dig a little deeper. This isn't about hiding, it's about honoring. Your family's flawed, sure, but they're yours to cherish. Spilling their lows doesn't just bear them, it erodes your own peace. Ever ranted about a parent or spouse and felt emptier after? That's your spirit whispering, this isn't right. God's called you to lift him up, not lay him out. Think of Joseph, betrayed by his brothers, sold like trash. Did he trash talk them to Egypt? No, he forgave, he restored, he kept it in-house. That's your road, chosen one. Silence doesn't dodge the pain, it redeems it. weaving broken threads into a tapestry of grace. But there's more to it. Silence is power. Holding back on family woes teaches you forgiveness. Big, messy, beautiful forgiveness. Ever bitten your tongue instead of blasting a loved one's mistake? And felt that shift inside? That's your character sharpening. Love covers. Like Peter said, covers the shouting, the slip-ups, the scars. It's not pretending it's fine, it's picking peace over pride. Ever let go of a grudge and seen a loved one's walls drop? That's God at work, and it only happens if you shut out the crowd. Silence carves a space where reconciliation can grow, free from the world's noise. Let's get real. Next time you're dying to spill, maybe your spouse blew it. Your kid's spiraling, or bills are choking you. Stop. Ask, who needs this story? Usually, it's just you, them, and God. Take it inside, pray together. Hash it out. Let the tears fall if they must. Ever had a family huddle that turned panic into calm? That's your fortress. If it's beyond you, find that one wise voice, a mentor who prays. Not preachers. Keep it off Instagram, out of chats, away from the break room. The world doesn't need your drama, God does. He's the mender, not the masses. This silence isn't cowardice, it's combat. The enemy wants your family split, gossiped about, torn open. You're the guardian. Ever stood tall through a family storm and felt your home steady? That's you winning, chosen one. You're not just hiding secrets, you're holding souls. This is the second of 5 sacred things to keep close. We've tackled your dreams and your family. What's next? Your early victories, your finances, your spiritual moments, they're all on deck. Now we're stepping into the third secret, your early victories and breakthroughs. These are the first fruits of God's favor in your life, those moments of triumph that light up your path. But here's the catch, chosen one, they're not for the world to cheer just yet. Silence around these wins isn't about dimming your light, it's about letting it grow stronger. Let's dive into why keeping these quiet could be the key to multiplying your blessings, and how spilling them too soon might steal what God started. Those early victories, they feel good, don't they? Maybe you landed a promotion after months of grinding, broke a habit that's chained you for years, or got a yes to a prayer you've whispered in the dark. That rush, it's like a sunrise after a long night. Proof God's moving in your life. Your instinct, shout it out, tell your crew, post it online, bask in the high fives. But hold on, chosen one. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 5 warns, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. Haste kills progress, patience perfects it. Those first wins, they're tender, like a seedling breaking ground. Share them too soon, and you risk the wind of envy or the frost of doubt snuffing them out. Silence is your greenhouse, nurturing them until they're unshakable. Think of David, the shepherd boy who took down Goliath. That was an early victory, a massive one. Did he run around Israel bragging, "I'm the giant slayer"? No, he kept his head down, built his skills, waited for God's timing. If he'd crowed too soon, Saul's jealousy might have crushed him before he ever wore the crown. That's your lesson, chosen one. Your breakthroughs, maybe a new job, a healed relationship, a step toward your calling, they're stepping stones, not the summit. Ever felt that thrill of a win and wanted to tell everyone? That's natural, but it's risky. Silence protects those stones, letting God stack them into something bigger. Why is this so vital? Because early victories are fragile. They're the start, not the finish. Ever shared a win, like a raise or a personal milestone, and watched it unravel? Maybe a friend got jealous, a coworker competed, or the pressure to top it sank you. That's the danger. The enemy's watching, and he loves to pounce on fresh blessings. He'll stir up envy, why her and not me? Or doubt, that won't last. Suddenly, your joy's tainted, your focus split, but keep it quiet, savor it with God, and you give it roots. Ever had a win grow sweeter when you held it close, like a secret between you and the Lord? That's power building, chosen one. Here's the flip side. People can't handle your shine. Not yet. Share a breakthrough, and you'll see it. Some cheer. Sure, but others, they bristle. Ever told someone good news, like a new opportunity, and gotten a tight? Oh, nice. That felt like a jab. That's human nature. Jealousy, comparison, insecurity. Even the well-meaning can mess it up. What's your next move? Piling pressure you don't need. Your early wins aren't ready for that spotlight. They're yours to nurture, not theirs to judge. Ever had someone rain on your parade with a "be careful"? Don't get cocky. That's why you wait. Silence shields your blessings from the crowd's chaos. Let's get real. Say you just crushed it. Maybe you paid off a debt, nailed a tough goal, or saw a prayer answered. Your heart's pumping. Tell the world. Right, not so fast. Proverbs chapter 10 verse 19 says, "When words are many, transgression is not lacking, but whoever restrains his lips is prudent." Restraint is prudence, wisdom in action. Ever seen someone announce a win, like a new gig, then stumble under scrutiny? That's the trap you're dodging. Instead, take it to God. Lord, thank you. What's next? Let Him polish it, stretch it, make it solid. Sharing too soon invites noise, silence invites growth. This isn't about hiding your light, it's about timing it. Matthew chapter 5 verse 16 says, "Let your light shine before others." But there's a season for everything. Early victories are your training ground, character builders, faith testers. Ever rushed to brag and felt empty after, like the win lost its spark? That's your cue. Keep it close. Let it deepen your roots. Think of Saul. Samuel anointed him king, told him to keep it hush. If he'd blabbed, his reign might have tanked before it started. You're the same, chosen one. Your breakthroughs need to ripen, safe from envy, steady under God's hand, before they shine. But there's more. Silence kills pride. Those first wins, they can puff you up. Ever felt that swell, "I did it," and wanted applause? That's a slippery slope. Share it wide, and you might start chasing claps instead of God's call. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 2 nails it. Let another praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. Humility keeps you grounded. Ever held a win quiet and felt that peace, like it's enough just you and God know? That's strength. Chosen one, strength that lasts. Silence tames the ego, letting your victory prove itself through steady fruit, not loud words. Let's dig deeper. Keeping these wins secret builds patience, holy, hard-won patience. Ever rushed to share, like a new blessing, and watched it fray under pressure? That's impatience stealing your harvest. But wait, work it in the shadows, and it grows deep. Think of a farmer. Does he yank up his crop the second it sprouts? No, he waits, waters, watches. Your victories are the same. Ever held off boasting and seen that win bloom bigger, like a quiet promotion turning into a career shift? That's God's timing, and silence paves the way. It's not suppression, it's strategy. Letting your light glow steady, not flicker fast and fade. Here's how to live it. Next time you score a win, maybe a goal smashed, a door opened, pause. Don't text it, don't post it, ask, "Is this ripe?" Usually, it's not. Take it to God. Thank you, Lord. Grow it, savor it solo, dance in your room, grin in the mirror, let it sink in. Maybe later, share a sliver with a trusted soul, someone who prays, not prattles. Ever had a friend cheer your win without needing the whole tale? That's rare. Keep them close. But the core, that's yours and God's. Let it mature, steady, strong, then let it shine when it's undeniable. The world gets the harvest, God gets the first taste. This silence isn't fear, it's faith. The enemy wants your wins loud, ripe for attack. You're smarter. Ever pushed through a breakthrough and felt it solidify in quiet, like a foundation setting? That's you thriving, chosen one. You're not just guarding secrets, you're growing blessings. This is the third of 5 things to keep close. We've tackled your dreams, your family, and now your early victories. What's next? Your finances and spiritual moments are still ahead. Fourth, your financial situation. Let's start with your finances. Money's a loaded topic, isn't it? Maybe you just got a raise, paid Gale a loan, or landed a windfall that's got you breathing easier. That feels good, tempting to flex a little. Right, post a pic of that new car. Drop a hint about your savings. Let folks know you're winning. But pump the brakes. Chosen one. Proverbs chapter 13 verse 11 warns. Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. Flashy moves fade fast, steady growth lasts. Your financial state, whether it's boom or bust, isn't a billboard. Share it too wide, and you're begging for trouble, envy, greed, even theft. Silence around your wallet isn't stinginess, it's stewardship. Keeping God's provision safe from the world's claws. Picture this: you're doing well, bills paid, a little extra in the bank. You mention it casually, yeah, things are looking up. Next thing, someone's asking for a loan, another's eyeing you funny, and a third's whispering, who does he think he is? Or maybe you're struggling, debt piling, ends not meeting, and you vent. Suddenly, pity rolls in, or worse, judgment. Why can't she get it together? Either way, you lose. Ever shared money talk and felt that shift, people treating you different? That's the risk. The enemy loves it, stirring jealousy when you're up, despair when you're down. Silence starves that game, keeping your finances a private dance between you and God. Why's this matter? Because money's a tool, not your trophy. As a chosen one, God's entrusted you with it, rich or poor, to use, not flaunt. Ever noticed how bragging about cash shifts your focus? 1 minute, you're thanking God for provision. The next, you're chasing applause. Proverbs chapter 27 verse 2 cuts through. Let another praise you, and not your own mouth, a stranger, and not your own lips. Humility keeps you tethered. Ever kept a financial win quiet and felt that peace, like it's enough just to have it? That's faith at work. Sharing invites chaos, lawsuits, manipulation, resentment. Silence builds a wall, letting you manage what God's given without the world's weight. But it's not just about cash, your career ties in too. That promotion, that new gig, keep it hush. Ever told someone you're climbing the ladder and watched their smile tighten? Jealousy's quick. Chosen one. People might cheer, but some will compete, undermine, or expect you to carry them. Your work's your witness. Let it shine through effort, not announcements. Ever had a quiet success, like a raise no one knew, and felt stronger for it? That's God's way. Your finances, your job, they're His business first. Keep them close, grow them steady, and let the fruit speak when it's ripe, not before. Now, let's shift to the fifth secret, your spiritual experiences. This one's holy ground. Chosen one. Those moments, dreams where God speaks, visions that shake you, prayers answered in ways that defy logic, they're yours alone. Maybe an angel's voice woke you, or a peace flooded you that words can't touch. Ever felt that awe, like you're standing on the edge of eternity? That's sacred, intimate, a gift from God to you. But here's the urge: tell everyone, prove your faith. Share the wonder, resist it. 2 Corinthians chapter 12 shows Paul hearing things that cannot be told, which man may not utter. Some encounters aren't for the crowd, they're for your soul. Silence honors them. Think of Mary again, Gabriel's visit, the promise of Jesus. Did she turn it into chatter? No, she pondered it in her heart. That's your call, chosen one. Your spiritual moments, maybe a word from God, a dream of what's coming, they're treasures, not gossip. Ever shared one, like a vision, and watched eyes roll? Or worse, felt it cheapen as you spoke? The world's not ready, and some won't get it. The enemy twists it too, sowing doubt. Was that real, or pride? Look how holy I am. Silence keeps it pure, letting it root deep in you. Ever held a moment with God and felt it grow, like it's alive inside? That's its power, safe from prying hands. Why guard this? Because it's personal. Those encounters aren't proofs for skeptics. They're fuel for your faith. Ever tried explaining a divine nudge, like a gut call that saved you, and stumbled over words? It's too big, too yours. Sharing risks dilution, people judging, dissecting, dismissing, or worse. They envy it, chase it, miss their own path. Your spiritual life's a lifeline. Chosen one, between you and God. Ever had a prayer hit you so hard you wept, and kept it quiet? That's strength building, raw, unshaken strength. Silence lets it simmer, shaping you for what's ahead. Let's get practical. Money first. Next time you're tempted to flash it, pause. Paid off a bill, got a bonus? Ask. Who needs to know? Usually, no one. Thank God, Lord, you provided, and keep moving. If it's tight, same deal, don't vent wide. Ever shared a struggle and got pity you didn't want? Take it to God, maybe a trusted advisor, not the masses. Spiritual stuff, same rule. Dreamed something wild, like a call to lead, or felt God near? Write it down, pray it over, hold it tight. Ever told a holy moment and felt it shrink? Keep it yours until God says share. The world gets the overflow later, you get the source now. This silence is reverence. For finances, it's stewardship, honoring God's provision, not man's praise. For spiritual encounters, it's worship, treasuring His voice above all. Ever felt that quiet joy when no one knows but you and God? That's your edge. Chosen one. The enemy wants it loud, ripe for attack. You're wiser, building in the shadows, shining when it's time. These are your last 2 secrets. Rounding out the 5, you're not just hiding, you're holding a trust, a calling too big to waste. Let's wrap this journey. If you're a chosen one with a mission, these 5 things: your dreams, family struggles, early wins, finances, and spiritual moments, stay locked. Silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom, power, faith in action. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23 says, "Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life." That's your charge. Guard these wellsprings. The world's noisy, the enemy's crafty, but you're steady. Chosen one. Live this out. Pray for discernment. Walk in quiet strength. Let God guide your words. Your destiny's too vital, your calling too high. So, what's your move? Subscribe if this hit home. Like it. Drop a comment. Tell me what you're guarding today. Let's keep this fire burning together. You're chosen for a reason. Stay silent. Stay strong. And watch God work.